Hello, I'm John Bachman. Welcome to Newsmax Health. The CDC recently reported that autism rates among children are rising sharply. Here with Newsmax Health to discuss this alarming trend is Dr. David Brownstein, one of the nation's foremost holistic practitioners. Well, Dr. Brownstein, why do you think autism rates are rising? And is it just a case of more diagnosis being made, or are kids actually being born with this condition?
Well, John, the autism rate has skyrocketed over the last 15 years from 1 in 1,000 to 1 in 200 to 1 in 100. And now this week, the CDC released numbers of 1 in 88 kids have autism or in the autism spectrum. And these are unsustainable numbers for our country. If these numbers are true, we're in big trouble as a country. And unfortunately, the highest levels of government should be investigating why this epidemic is increasing like this, but they're not. And they're searching for non-existent genetic disorders that are not going to pan out. 1 in 88 kids is not developing autism because of a new genetic disorder that just does not make biochemical sense. It does not make common sense.
There has long been a controversy over the possible cause of autism, with everything from genetics to vaccines to infections being blamed. What is your opinion about the likely cause?
Well, I'm not sure what the likely cause is, but I think the likely cause is probably a combination of environmental insults, such as toxicities from vaccines and environmental toxins. You cannot explain a rise in autism with a genetic cause. And the articles in the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal this week were headlining that researchers are finding a genetic cause for autism. That will not pan out. Genetic cause will not cause an epidemic increase like we're seeing right now.
As a holistic practitioner, what steps do you recommend parents take to help an autistic child improve?
Well, number one, I would take preliminary steps to minimize exposure to toxic items to fetuses and to newborns. And that includes eliminating any exposure to heavy metals such as mercury, cadmium, arsenic, lead, and aluminum. And if this exposure is found in vaccines, then I would advise the parents to minimize or avoid those vaccines that contain these toxic exposures. And in our practice, we've seen people with autism and autism-like disorders get better when they're detoxified from heavy metals and other environmental toxins. So I think that it's best to take a proactive response to minimizing exposure to our newborns of these toxic agents.
Dr. Brownstein, thanks for joining us here at Newsmax Health.
Thank you for having me here, John.